Good weekend. Welcome to Leading Edge. I'm Jerry Anderson. Toledo City Council is tossing the question your way. Do you want to change the city charter and establish a regional water commission? Now, that is not the regional water strategy many suburban neighbors and water customers signed on to along with the city of Toledo back when it was called the Toledo Area Water Authority early in the year. And a move to name a new council chief of staff drew the ire of the council members who were never consulted. Much to get to from City Hall, and we will in just minutes. But up first, still September, still considered the traditional start of the school year, and around here that focuses renewed attention on the University of Toledo. I want to welcome the 17th president of that school to our Leading Edge table. So how long has Dr. Sharon Gaber been at the helm at UT? Think about that. You come up with your answer. Does it seem 3.5 years since her selection, over 3 years since she took the helm? Time flies, they say, when you're having fun. Eh? So are you having fun? Does it seem like over 3 years already?
It definitely seems like it's been 3 years. We've been through a lot and done a lot of great things, but having a lot of fun along the way.
You set many goals after coming here from University of Arkansas.
Yes.
She was the provost vice chancellor of academic affairs down there. Enrollment up over that 3-year span. Flats this fall, if down a fraction. Is that a setback?
I would say not a setback. It's something that we will continue to double down on and make sure that we continue to make progress. I think it's positive that we weren't down substantial numbers, given that the demographics in the state continue to be that college age students are declining. We're working hard to get our share of the
competitive marketplace. Just so you know, 20,648 a year ago, 20,579 this year. Of those, 16,194 are undergrads. You continue to attract students with higher high school GPAs. Did I hear 3.45?
That is correct.
That's up there. Higher high school GPAs, higher college board scores. How have you done that?
Part of what we're doing is out proactively recruiting and making sure students know there are great opportunities at UT, that there's a great honors college, that we have strong engineering, pre-health professions, outstanding art and music. And
just telling the story better is getting it done?
I think we are telling the story better, and we're doing a better job recruiting and making sure that students see that there are opportunities at this institution.
What happens, I'll speak for the rest of us now, what happens to that really good kid with the respectable, 2.85 grade point average who used to get in but doesn't now?
No, that student still gets in. What we're doing is saying, if you're able to come to a 4-year institution, we want to have you. If you should go to a 2-year institution first, we encourage you to do that and transfer on in. But we want to make sure that we remain open and accessible to the students in Toledo, in the region, and across the state. But really what we're doing is attracting students, and there was a story I think I saw, we got several valedictorians from around the community to come to UT. We're proud of that. So I think a lot of high ability students are seeing, I don't have to go away. I don't have to go somewhere else. And we're attracting students from other communities, from, the Columbus and the Cleveland area and this sort of thing, to come to Toledo.
You also set your sights on increasing the emphasis on UT as a research school. And I have some news for you on research coming up. Now, I can see from the outside how that really improves the school's academic reputation. You hear the research they're doing at UT, and I know that brings money into the school. Money is always a big issue. How does that help get a UT undergrad ready to join the job market that is just begging for job-ready graduates?
Well, I think what it shows is that the student has thought about what is innovation, creativity, what are new ideas, how do I push the envelope of my discipline, whether it's journalism or microbiology.
How does that happen? Just so I'm clear on this. How does that happen when a kid says, yeah, that professor's doing some neat research over there, I'm going to class and studying this chapter today? We
have lots of students who are able to go in and talk to the professor, work on research papers, work on projects, do a travel project associated with. And part of what we want our students to have those opportunities so that they continuously think about learning and innovating and are prepared for the job of the future, which may not exist currently.
Exposing the kid actively to the research project.
Correct.
They might even help with the research project.
Be a part of it, do some of the research, look into what is the cutting edge of whatever discipline.
All right, how about this? I told you I had some news for you on this. How about a National Institute of Health $2.1 million grant to create a new, more effective drug to fight TB? It's becoming apparently drug resistant. $2.6 million to a professor to probe a link between gut bacteria, that is a thing, that's not slang from Jerry, gut bacteria and high blood pressure. Or how about this one, in this day and age? A study of blue light from our digital devices that is turning retinal molecules into killers of cells. Those all came with dollars attached, and you say there's a lot more research that doesn't necessarily bring in those big waves of dollars.
Absolutely. So we were up 40% in new research grants year over year from 17 to 18. Okay. And overall, we were up 21% when you take new and continuing grants. So we're thrilled with that. But then you take our professors in the arts or in the humanities, they're in the libraries, they're looking at what historical item might they be researching, what are the papers, what are the books that they're writing. So we're very proud of the work that they're doing.
In the opportunity for students, is it just there for the greatest students, the best students out there? Or?
No, really, most of our students have that opportunity. Okay. We try to make it so that students have the opportunity either to work in teams or to work one-on-one with faculty members. Yeah.
The emphasis on higher education, we know from the state of Ohio's point of view, has shifted under the Kasich administration. We talked about this when you were here before, from just enrollment. How many bodies on campus to job-ready graduates. Along that line, UT and BG and other schools have instituted a tuition guarantee. Yet I know that costs go up, just in line. So if you can't pass those along to new freshman Johnny Doe for 4 years, they have to go somewhere. Isn't that just higher rates for future incoming students?
What the tuition guarantee does is make sure that students each year have a plugged-in tuition rate, and they have that then for the next 4 years. The next incoming class has a new rate, and they have that for 4 years. So we will have 4 years of students on campus with different rates, and that's what each campus that has the tuition guarantee has.
I'm just saying that the next wave coming in, doesn't our rate have to be higher to offset? You can't get anything out of that senior
Correct.
Class.
Each year it will go up.
All right. Second, well, let's do this because we're talking about the emphasis on graduation, which means you have to keep them.
Correct.
The word in higher education, retention, right?
Yes.
The biggest area of concern is that freshman to sophomore year, correct?
Right. Yes.
That still is the way?
That is correct.
All right. So now as a freshman, you come in, you know you're going to pay for 4 consecutive years. Just talked about that. But then your school is requiring second-year students to live on campus.
Those students who are farther than 25 miles from the campus. So students in the metro area certainly don't have to live on campus. They can still live at home. But the concept is students who generally live on campus or have easier access to the library and to classes generally succeed at a better rate. So it's really a best practice.
How much pushback on that? At a time in their lives when 19-year-olds are just scrambling for independence.
You know, we haven't had a lot of pushback.
Really?
And what's really nice is, and you know, I have the good fortune at 6 o'clock at night to be walking around or heading out or this sort of thing. There is vitality and life. And students on campus and people who have hung hammocks across trees, and it's really kind of nice. Now take that and bring in the new electric scooters that we have. We have action going on. Our students love that.
Okay, we have to take a break and look. You see what I have there? Tell me about. Okay.
Yes.
She said scooters, so we're going to talk about scooters. It's really a thing. They're all over the place on campus. We'll pick it up with the president of the University of Toledo when Leading Edge returns right after this. Back on Leading Edge in September, we're talking about the new school year, this time over at the University of Toledo with the president of that school, Dr. Sharon Gaber. She just mentioned something. We've got these electric scooters. I've heard about these. I've seen some pictures. Tell me about them.
They are electric scooters. Students hop on them. There's an app on their cell phones. They unlock the scooter and off you go, and then you use the app again to turn them off. And it's something the company came and brought them. We don't get any resources from it, but it's meant as one more opportunity for students to get across campus or to get from engineering back to, you know, their class, their English class, for example, and it's been very popular.
How many of these things do you have?
We currently have 120 25, and they're monitoring usage rates, and we have the possibility of getting more.
You been on one yet?
I have been on it several
been?
times, yes.
The school continues to invite and attract what someone recently called me, they used the phrase, national and international thought leaders. And again, I think that makes schools seem bigger, yet I'm reminded that these visitors' talks are open not just to students, but to anybody in the community.
That is correct, and we're looking forward. This coming week we'll have a visitor on campus from The Economist speaking, and I know that I've heard people in the community that are very excited to be able to hear her talk. BG, where I attended, we all know that. We're all friends here. Yeah. I wore your UT. I know.
Jersey
Thank you.
Year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. BGSU has an aging institute.
Yes.
All right, for students studying during the aging process. They form a partnership with the community of Bowling Green, the city, on a new senior center. And I think this is just like perfect. Win, win,
right.
win. When you were here before, I know we talked about the UT-BG partnership on aviation studies, something we have down there at Bowling Green. What can you point to since we were together last in terms of partnerships, whether it's within academia or just within the community?
Yeah, well, so UT-BG is also partnering in the foreign language courses that we're offering. We had some that had some low enrollment, and by working together, we are able still to be able to offer those. So that's a nice thing. We also have an opioid task force on our campus that our people who have been working on that also have some BG people. We also have people from the broader community, and they've been involved in Narcan training and training on, you know, how to deal with this issue. What are things that we're doing in hospital settings and clinical settings.
What's the deal you made with TARTA?
That's been fantastic. That is an opportunity for all of our students and faculty and staff use their ID, and they're able to take the bus anywhere TARTA goes. So we've also opened up a new Thursday, Friday, Saturday night bus ride downtown for our students to give them access to events downtown and happenings.
The most important part may be getting them back to camp. Okay.
Well, that too, and that's part. There is that also, and that's part of the offer. They get a ride back.
You studied, your undergraduate, you studied city and regional planning?
Yes.
It went along the way. So as you look at the ongoing debate over a regional water treatment and distribution system, which approach do you favor?
I think I'll leave that to your next guest.
I had to ask when I read that her background was city and regional planning, and yes, we were going to be talking about that with a member of Toledo City Council. I've heard, are institutions of higher learning having trouble finding and hiring highly qualified professors?
I think there are some disciplines where there are shortages, and there are other disciplines where there are many, and we are very fortunate to have an abundance. So nursing profession as a whole, nationally, that is a difficult area to hire professors into. And there are a few others like that in pharmacy and others where they're highly specialized. So, but I'd tell you that, you know, we are very fortunate to have some great faculty, and we continue to keep moving forward and hire new faculty and get excited every year. I get to do a welcome to all of the new faculty and see the good things that they have to offer the university and our students.
Continued success in the year ahead.
Thank you very much.
Sharon Gaber, President of the University of Toledo, keeping us on the leading edge of higher education at the 20,000+ student institution that she leads. Now when I come back, we are heading to City Hall, where not all is peaceful on City Council. Imagine that. This is Leading Edge.